I want to share with you how you are going to win your medical malpractice case with medical records. It begins with a really sad story of a 35-year-old woman who was in the hospital, and after she gave birth through a cesarean section, she developed pain in both of her legs. The hospital said, don't worry about it. They sent her home. In about 24 hours of being home, she died of a pulmonary embolism. Pulmonary embolism is a blood clot that blocks the flow of blood to your lungs. It's very dangerous. But here's the secret to the medical record case. We combed through the records. Everything looked basically normal. We're thinking, okay, maybe they did everything the right way. But we found out. We looked in the nurse's progress notes. And those are the notes that show every 30 minutes how the patient's doing. And what we found out was it wasn't a nurse, but a young medical resident who documented complaining of severe pain in her legs, almost as an afterthought. And we looked at it and we said, wait a minute, pain in the legs is where the blood clots start. That is called deep venous thrombosis, or a blood clot in the legs. We said, okay, that's exactly what they should have checked to see whether she had a blood clot in her leg. And all they had to do was an ultrasound to check to see whether that blood clot was there. And if so, they could have prevented the blood clot from traveling up to her lungs and killing her. Now, why is this important to you? Because the secret in medical records is always in the details. And the specific details that you want to look for are called the nurse's progress notes, because they have every 30 minutes details. Typically, they are still handwritten about how the patient is doing. Are they complaining of pain, complaints, symptoms? Are they lethargic? And in this case, it was leg pain. And that made all the difference in the world between winning and losing the case. And that turned out to be a multi-million-dollar case that she won because of that little detail within the detail. So when you get the medical records, if you have a claim against the hospital and you want to see what are the signs and symptoms of the patient, look for the nurse's progress notes to see how they're doing. Bonus tip. The audit trail is a document generated automatically by the hospital that will show you who made each entry in the medical record, when they made it, and if they made any changes to the record, including deleting content, adding content, you name it. And they can add all this up. A recent case, we got the audit trail of a hospital that showed that the doctor who was attending to the patient had changed the record 19 days after the patient's death. We never would have known that unless we had the audit trail. When the hospital tells you, oh, you're not entitled to the audit trail, that's not part of the record, baloney. Yes, it is. The audit trail under federal law is part of the medical record, and you are entitled to the audit trail. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, share it, comment. I will respond, and I'll see you next time.